Good morning and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It's Cup semi-final time. We're down to the last four in the men's draw here at the Hong Kong Sevens. And up next, 7:40 South African Standard Time, is Ireland against France, followed by Australia against New Zealand. Unfortunately, the Blitzboks losing out on an opportunity to make the last four, going down to Australia in the quarterfinals. So their tournament will be at best perhaps a fifth place playoff later on this morning against Fiji. Heartbreak as a South African fan, but our eyes are fixed on what lies ahead, and that is the last four here at Hong Kong. And we're underway. Ireland from right to left kick off. And they go deep. France gather the restart and play immediately from outside their 22. From left to right, France look to break away, of course, without the services of Antoine Dupont, but nonetheless, both these sides looking for the potential to challenge for gold here in Hong Kong. France still in possession up to their own 10-meter mark here. Holding on to the ball, looking to stretch the defence. Ireland will be no pushover, of course. France, centre field now, look to break away. Lovely little feet. They're sailing down this left-hand touchline into Ireland's half on their 10-meter mark as Ireland look to hold up the French attacker here, but they managed to recycle possession. And France immediately shifted wide to this right-hand touchline. The Irish having to defend for most part of this first half, and they can only defend for so long. France go under the sticks for the first try. It's 5-0 with the kick to come. It's Vivian Pasquet who gets the try. Running a wonderful support line. He got the offload. And Ireland and their defence nowhere in sight to lay a hand on him. He puts it over under the sticks. France hit first here in this Cup semi-final. The first Cup semi-final, of course. They'll wait to see if they can capitalise on this early advantage. For the moment, the conversion is good. France up by 7 points to 0 with just over 4.5 minutes to play here in this first half. As they look to restart, it's more contestable, and the French have regathered some wonderful skill there to get the ball back. So it's all a lele bleu for the moment as they work themselves up to the 22. But an infringement at ruck time. Ireland all over the ball, eagerly, says the referee. And they get the penalty here. And their first real opportunity to do something with ball in hand, the Irish. Of course, going down in their first pool game to the Blitzboks. But from then on in, have persevered. Came through their Cup quarter-final. And they find themselves in the last four. Time just off for the moment. Some attention being given there to Mullen of Ireland. Interesting to see what they do. Do they put it into touch? You just have to win it by 1 point, and you find yourself challenging for gold. The French supporters, with all the extravagant cheer, all the passion in the stands. But the bounce of the rugby ball here on this 7th circuit, always going to make it a precarious game. You have to be efficient, and it's what you do with ball in hand. And Ireland have decided, indeed, to put it into touch. And they will feed the line out here on this right-hand touchline. On the 10-meter mark of France, Ireland will look for a clean ball. They get it. Here's their opportunity to attack now as they are centre field over the 10-metre mark. They switch it to this right-hand side. Ireland pushing on into the 22. The ball bounces loose. It's play on, says the referee. Ireland managed to get it back and immediately shifted wide. Down this left-hand touchline, is there an opportunity? They are only 3 metres out. There's a leg drive from the Irish attacker there. Now the ball can go wide. They decide to play blind, however, the French, under real threat here of their own try line. Ireland just have to keep their wits about them. It's a slip tackle. It's a try. Ireland hit back. Make that 7-5 with a conversion to come. It's Zach Ward. No stranger to the try line, of course. But if you can keep the ball in hand for long enough, exploit the defence. It was a little step there, and the defender just slipped off the Irish attacker there, and it's Zach Ward, the man responsible for that try for Ireland. Just going in a little bit closer towards the uprights to make the conversion easier. And an opportunity for Ireland to draw level here. It looks like one of the French defenders is going to go to the bin, so they're down to 6 for the next 2 minutes. Seppo, the man, adjudged by the referee to have made an illegal tackle. And their patience wears thin here in the Sevens game for that sort of foul play. The conversion is unsuccessful though, and France remain in the lead by 7 points to 5, with just over 2 minutes to play in this first half. It's a tight affair here in Hong Kong. It's a challenge for a place in the final. Later on this morning, of course, live with Stevie P here on Forever Rugby. Ireland restart, but France managed to gather the ball and are in possession inside their own 22, looking to shift it down this left-hand touch line up to their own 10-metre mark now. They've had the bulk of the possession. Can the French strike back? Put themselves in a position to go into half-time in the lead. And it's a lovely little short ball down this right-hand blind side. Ireland caught napping for the moment. And France do, in fact, get their second try. And again, it's under the sticks. Unopposed. The Irish defenders were trailing. They just couldn't get to him. France up to 12 with the kick to come. The conversion should be a formality. Pierre Martin is the man that will be gifted on the score sheet with that try, doing the hard work, running all of 50, 60 meters, dotting it down over the try line, and it's 14-5. With just over 20 seconds to go in this first half. It's advantage France for the moment. They have to restart, however. Is there an opportunity just before half-time for Ireland to close the gap? But France again get the restart, and here they go down this right-hand touchline. Allez les Bleus, coming in hot. Shifting it now down this left-hand touchline. Ireland shepherding him into touch. And that will be that for half-time. France not able to get their third try, but up by 14 points to 5. It is half time. It's a 2-minute interval break. And then it's 7 minutes to decide who will be going through to that cup final and either meet the likes of Australia or New Zealand. What a clash that's going to be. Of course, that follows this game, the second cup semi-final. And are we going to see a France-New Zealand final perhaps here in Hong Kong? The famous Hong Kong Sevens delivering action as it always does. And unfortunately, if you missed it, the Blitzboks coming up short in that quarterfinal against Australia, denying themselves an opportunity to fight for the last 4 and perhaps go on for gold. Some slight improvement one feels after winning all their pool games, the Blitzboks. Just not able to kick on. But it's Ireland who have it all to do in the second half. They can ill afford France scoring again. They're more than a score down, so they would want to be the ones to score first in the second half. For the moment, it's 14 France, Ireland 5. As the second half just about gets underway here, France will be kicking off from right to left. It's all action, all happens in an instant here. And it's France who in fact do get us underway. With the restart, it's going to be a contestable kick. Ireland perhaps have come up short in as far as the restarts are concerned. France managing in that first half to get the ball back on a number of occasions, and this time around Ireland not able to make the clean catch. It's going to be a scrum down to France, so advantage here to the French. 10 meters in from this right-hand touchline, just outside the 22. France to feed the scrum. It's solid. They look to break away, should I say, from around this blind side. You've got to release the tackled player, and France managed to recycle. And immediately are on the attack inside the 22. It's a missed tackle here. The defence in 6s and 7s. Ireland are going to concede their third try. France via Antoine Zaydar gets in this left-hand corner. And that's a real advantage now and cushion for France here. A slip tackle will always be the difference. There's so much space on the field. And Antoine Zaydar is the man who puts over for another 5-pointer. The conversion unsuccessful, however. It stays at 19 points to 5 with just on 5 minutes to play here. Ireland will need 2 converted tries to go into the lead and, of course, not concede any more points. France with the restart. They've been quite savvy up to now. And again, France gather the restart, and again they're away. Go, go, go. Allez les Bleus. It's try number 4. And it's all starting to unravel here for the Irish. The French showing their intent. They want the ball back even from the restart. Getting bodies there to challenge for that ball and getting their 4th try. The crowd, the French crowd, going absolutely dilly. It's Troubal who gets the 4th try. It's up to 26 points to 5. The conversion is good. And now it's all but gotten away from the Irish. They'll have to kick on immediately. But as we said, the restarts have been a problem. The French doing their homework, and again, France regathering the ball, but the referee saying there was an obstruction from one of the French players, so Ireland will get the penalty, and they play quickly, almost up to halfway, playing from right to left. They're still stuck inside their own half here as they look to shift it wide. And then back in field, they're looking for space. The French defence. Good tackle from Jefferson Lee Joseph there around the ankles. And Ireland for the moment just going from side to side. They need to go forward. Kennedy takes it in and he's brought to ground. They're just about up to halfway. But the French showing themselves and the world, they're putting their hand up for that cup final. Ireland still in possession again. It's a step off the left foot. Ireland keeping the ball alive. Not making much headway here though. The French defend resolute here. We centre field just up to the French 10-metre mark, so inch by inch. Ireland look to make some headway, but driven back again. The French, this time around, all over the ball. And it's the pressure on defence that is the difference for the moment. Some real intent, making their tackles, and then at the counter ruck, all over the ball legally, and France have the penalty. No doubt they'll look to put it into touch, slow it down just a little bit. They've got the upper hand here, a healthy cushion at 26 points to 5. And for the moment, it's all allez les bleus, as they have one foot in that cup final. Indeed, it's gone into touch, deep into the Irish 22 on this right-hand touchline, and with just about a minute and a half to go, any hopes of Ireland making a comeback have faded away. France perhaps looking to add insult to injury here. It's not a clean line out there from the French, but it's come off an Irish hand. They'll get an opportunity. They'll have a deja vu moment here. But elation for the French coach and his management. They can just about look forward to a cup final here, up by 26 points to 5. But just then, not securing the ball. Ireland fighting and getting the resulting penalty at ruck time, but still stuck deep inside their 22 as the French come charging ahead. Ireland pick up the loose ball, and they're away almost up to halfway now. It's all going to be consolation here for the Irish. They've come up against the French side with intent, with passion, and with discipline, and throw in a lot of skill as well, especially from those restarts. Ireland get another penalty. They look to shift it, but the Irish attacker there just couldn't hold on to the ball. It's going to be a scrum to France on halfway. And with seconds left on the clock, one feels France can win the scrum and put the ball into touch and go marching on to the cup final here in Hong Kong. What an achievement in its own right. The French resurgence, the French Revolution is happening in front of our eyes. Normal time just about up. They've just got to win the scrum. And Ireland have won it against the head. Would you believe it? They want a consolation, but the French managed to regather possession. Illegally so, says the referee. Time is up. France will indeed make that cup final. Our assessment was correct. Ireland just not managing to get a foothold in this game. Up against it, really. And it is going to be a consolation try for Ireland in this right-hand corner. Terry Kennedy has fought hard throughout the semi-final. But it's all for nothing as Ireland will have to contend for a third, fourth place playoff. It's 26 points to 10, the conversion. Inconsequential, however, still to come. Sailing, it's wide. It stays at 26 points to 10. France go marching on to the cup final. Let's see who they meet between Australia and New Zealand up next. See you on the other side.